What's going on, peeps? If there is one person who had TikTok live in a chokehold, it was the infamous Kanye East, known for his hit single, Fortnite Balls. He is a parody of one of the most influential rappers in history, Kanye West. He is not to be confused with Kanye East. Kanye East from 2018. He became well known on TikTok in 2021 as a result of his bizarre lyrics-based rapping videos that parody meme culture. On TikTok, several of his videos have become viral sensations. This wild card of a persona could have been spotted rapping comments that his edgy fans left on his live streams, which were definitely not controversial. Unfortunately, he fell out of the spotlight post-2021, and most people haven't heard from him since. So, what happened? Why did he start this career in the first place? Did he actually go homeless? All of this and more will be uncovered in this video. What happened to Kanye East? Michael Buie Jr. was born on March 22nd, 1991 in South Carolina. He was raised solely by his mother alongside his two younger brothers Chris and Michael III, or Jamal to make it easier. Michael had been writing music ever since he was a kid, establishing his stage name as Mike Manic. He grew up in a low-income religious household where everything was evil in the eyes of his parents. He didn't have any friends, as he was forced to stay home all day unless it was for school. During his high school days, a bunch of people would tell him he looked like the famous rapper named Kanye West. He tried to play it off, but he started hating it when they'd call him Kanye instead of his actual name, Michael. I can relate to Michael. People don't even call me Brayden anymore. I'm just Beetlebat. Anyway, he didn't even know who Kanye was at first and had to look him up. He first heard Diamonds from Sierra Leone on late registration, which instantly hooked him. He recognized his musical greatness even at a young age. He sat in his room listening to music for hours. It was his escape to a different world. This was until 23, when he left his mother's house with his uncle to New York. He was tired of Mike being overprotected. Sadly, his uncle passed away months after he moved in. He didn't have a lot of places to turn. He hadn't seen his father in a near decade, and he didn't want to be under the overprotection of his mother again. Instead of returning to his mother's house, he lived alone in New York. He started a new life even though he was deeply underdeveloped socially. Thankfully, Mike interacted with some people in New York that guided him towards a program to help him make friends, as he was unbelievably socially awkward. They put him on Craigslist. One girl named Ellen Lomax answered and was interested in talking to him. Now, I don't know how accurate this part of the story is, but she tells him that she is the sister of legendary rapper DMX. He didn't believe her and thought she was just trying to impress him. This was until she wanted to introduce him to Earl Simmons, aka DMX. They went to a bodega where he met DMX. He also met DMX's producer, Damn Grease. He gave Mike beatmaking lessons using Fruity Loops. He claimed to have composed a few tracks for DMX. These beats he made were allegedly stolen by DMX and his producer. One of the tracks, named Fire, was published in 2012. It featured Kashmir, the girl he was talking to on Craigslist. He would get paid only a couple hundred for these beats, but they would go on to make thousands off of them. This pissed him off, leading to a departure from New York to South Carolina. The whole situation resulted in trust issues, as he thought these people were his friends, but were actually using him. Instead, he got a job as a manager for several Arby's restaurants and was fairly successful. However, in the back of his mind, music was calling. He created a TikTok account, Paypa the Bag, in June 2020 to use when he wasn't working, starting off by posting anime and video game content showing off his general interests. This content didn't blow up at all. He tried some music using a little paper bag called Butterfinger. This didn't hit either. After continuing to post regular content, the Kanye comparisons came back to haunt him. His comments were filled with people saying, "Kanye? Kanye, is that you?" Eventually, he accepted the fact that he looked like Kanye and he was going to embrace it this time around. Thus began his impersonation. He released his first video of himself impersonating Kanye on July 21st, 2020. It was a bizarre spoof of Kanye West. In this video, East mimics West's reading of several well-known Kanye tweets. He didn't plan to be Kanye East at first. He started off as Kanye North. He settled with East as he lived on the East Coast. Throughout the year, Manic maintained his Kanye East persona on TikTok and assembled a small fan base. It was more of an alter ego of Mike's. He was mostly taking the piss out of the actual Kanye, to the point where some people didn't even recognize the difference between them. East uploaded his first very popular video to TikTok on January 29th, 2021. In it, he encourages viewers to respond in the the comments with the question, "Who was in Paris?" It received over 900,000 views in just 4 months. Kanye East announced in a video that he would be going live on TikTok to do karaoke to classic Kanye songs. After entertaining his fans that way, they asked him to do original material. Another user asked him to rap their comments on TikTok live. This took place on March 3rd, 2021. He mimicked Kanye West's style of rapping with whatever his viewers would comment in the chat. He gained notoriety for this, with videos of him rapping user comments on earlier videos and live videos frequently going viral on TikTok. Doing this led to his lives leaping from 100 to 500 to 3,000 people. Clips from his April lives made by TikTokers such as Auntie Jax received over 500,000 views, where East is rapping phrases including Fortnite balls, I'm gay, don't take that out of context, I kidnapped autistic kids, don't take that one out either, EDP just wanted a cupcake, and Lil Mosey is white. Some TikTokers create videos where they present the lyrics of a certain Kanye East song in text form. They tick off or rank the lyrics as though they're options as they're rapped. These sound bites gain notoriety where you couldn't go anywhere without hearing Obama hamburger sussy balls and Fortnite balls. A YouTuber named Fortnite Balls posted a collection of Kanye East raps on April 28th. The video generated 158,000 views in under 2 weeks. East recorded a rapping video on TikTok the same day, which received over 2.3 million views in just 2 weeks. His hilarious duet to 2 balls being chopped up went viral as well. Not the Fortnite balls! The success of his alter ego forced him to put his serious music under Mike Manic on the back burner to embrace the meme persona. He was now getting recognized at his job at Arby's. To take advantage of the hype, he made a new song within 20 minutes during a break period. The official studio version of Kanye East's debut single, Fortnite Balls, which is named after a phrase that fans often forced him to say during rapper comments live streams, was released on April 30th, 2021. It currently has 6 million streams on Spotify. He planned to drop an 8-track album called Diane, named after his mother, a play on Donda, when the real Kanye was delaying his own release, similar to how Mario Judah dropped an EP called Whole Lotta Red when Cardi was stalling. Most of the internet was in on the Kanye East joke, but there were people who were taking it a bit too far. The most out-of-pocket thing he said on live was, "I killed George Floyd," which got him in big trouble for obvious reasons. After that incident, he refrained from saying slurs or offensive phrases that he knew would get him banned. His controversial content pretty much blacklisted him from being verified on the app, despite having 390,000 followers by May. Sometimes he starts a live stream and manages to get banned in less than 1 minute. I'm still surprised he can even do live streams. The bans became more common, especially during these Rap Your Comment streams. He would risk a 7-day, 14-day, and at most 30-day ban on his account. During these ban periods, he streamed on YouNow, which doesn't have much rules in comparison, but the platform's not nearly as big. By then, he figured that it's time to change up his content. He never planned to keep doing this series in the first place. Instagram and TikTok weren't going to let dark humor like this fly. It didn't stunt his growth though. Heck, it only encouraged more menaces online to support him. His influence had led to him starting a Cameo where he got paid requests to roast people's friends or rap specific phrases. He had over 1,000 complete cameos. This allowed him to garner great income through his gold partnership. He achieved 3,000 monthly subscribers and has made over $60,000 from the site. He also records paid ads for the platform, making $415 for every 1,000 views. He was able to quit his job and do content full time. He had planned to reach out to other influencers like Mr. Bruno, Inky, and Mr. Blockyou to do collaborations, get some funny skits out of it. This was pretty much his life for the rest of 2021, and it seemed enjoyable on the outside, but on the inside, this wasn't what he wanted. On January 28, 2022, Manic announced that he would be settling down on the character, not retiring it, but not doing it as often. This was during his Goof Fridays where he published a music video titled DT Balls, saying, "Rest in peace, Kanye East." He got a lot of backlash, with many people assuming he was dumping the persona for good. It was almost like he killed a superhero. He continued either way, dropping new music videos every Friday and producing a mixtape. One song, Who's Mike Manic, was pretty much inspired by Eminem's The Real Slim Shady. People wanted Kanye East, but he wanted wanted to stay true to his real self. He started making content that he wanted and less of the rap your comment stuff his fans wanted. It was a transition period from East to Manic. Mike Manic was just a video game obsessed nerd who played Dungeons and Dragons. Kanye East was this confident personality that everybody loves. He was trying to find a way to balance both personalities, and if you're wondering who even is Mike, that's what we'll begin into next. It's pretty depressing. Yeah, sadly this story takes a dark turn that I didn't want to address, as I like telling positive stories to lift up creators, but if you want to know what happened to Kanye East, there in the summer of 2022, he lost a lot of friends due to his fame, including his girlfriend of 6 years, and also went homeless. His ex-girlfriend hated the fact that he was making money so effortlessly, leaving him for another girl instead. She was completely jealous. It's depressing what internet fame can do to people and their relationships. This includes Mike's landlord, who took advantage of his fame, demanding for him to pay more money, which is pretty much illegal, by the way. This left him without a home and living inside of a tent on his family's property. But what about the cameo money? When the rapper transitioned from his restaurant management job to full-time content production, it made it difficult to prove taxes and income. Manic was struggling to find accommodation as he could not provide proof of his rental income. He spent a whole year without proof of income, taking him a year to get proof. There must have been a major misunderstanding where he had the money to pay rent, but due to him not having a proper statement, he technically couldn't use it. Money is so confusing, isn't it? Although the man was technically homeless, he would soon be able to rent or buy an apartment 3 months after receiving his income statement. Eventually, he quit being Kanye East as he was battling depression. He wanted to embrace his real identity, Mike Manic, but the fans wanted Kanye East. He lost motivation and thus began a downward spiral in his personal life. He stopped making videos and music for a while. There are a lot of people out there that are just saying that I dropped the name because I don't want to be the meme anymore. I had fun being the meme. It wasn't a bad experience to me. The bad experience for me was more along the lines of getting banned, not being able to grow my content on the channel because of rap your comments, things like that. But it wasn't the character. I had fun with the character. I told everybody when I first started, when I changed my name, it was for fun. It was all for fun. After getting back on his feet and settling his financial issues, he started making content again. He realized that he couldn't give up on the character for good. It was a part of him now. Kanye East would still be present on Cameo, but he still wanted to make serious music under his Mike Manic stage name. Another worry he had was getting sued by Kanye West himself after he sued people for the cryptocurrency Ye coin. He wanted to build his own brand instead of capitalizing off another famous person. It was the right time to make this decision as his parody faded. The creator of the meme saw this as a positive because it helped him separate himself from Kanye West and gain a new identity as Good Kanye. He worked with an editor that helps him with his workload and to flourish his ideas. He was sitting comfortably at 6 figures, yet he has still struggled to find a permanent residence for him to make content, getting screwed by another landlord in Hemet, California. He had hopes of purchasing a manufactured home owned by his family in South Carolina. There was even a GoFundMe made. He doesn't plan to move at the moment in order to save up funds, but this will hopefully take place next year. Get this man a forever home. Goodness. The Kanye East story, despite how charismatic and entertaining the character is, has a depressing build. He might not be in the home he wants to be yet, but I'm hopeful that he will. Things are getting better for the man. He finally met his dad after 20 years in October 2023, and then he got his license suspended after driving home to South Carolina. Man, this guy just can't get a break. Even if the character has got him into a lot of trouble, he is still grateful for the opportunity and doesn't regret becoming Kanye East. So whoever said Fortnite balls, to you I say thank you. Please let yourself be known so I can give the credit you deserve. The man behind all this is just a wholesome nerd who wants to entertain people. He's got 900,000 TikTok followers for a reason. I just hope his journey can give upcoming creators an idea on how fast everything can go wrong and to prepare to face hardship. Michael didn't deserve any of this, but this is just how life goes sometimes. All I can hope is that he's in a better place mentally and he finds his inner peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more base content. This one was a bit more dramatic in comparison to what I covered, but hope it gives you an idea of what happened to Kanye East. Feel free to share this video to the man himself. I think he deserves to relive how far he's come. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.